Welcome to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. Mike Griffith, the Bakersfield, California Motorsports rider in the Kern County Raceway Park segment. I've got, of all people, Larry Collins in.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, we've gone up above the great Steve Hughes.
Well, he is
so
great.
now we're to the magnificent Larry Collins.
Oh, geez, don't say that.
So how you doing, Larry?
Good, good. We had our first opening season. You could say the opening night for our NASCAR season was last Saturday. We had great field of cars and some really good racing. So it was a good way to start the season for our NASCAR Weekly Series. And we dropped a trailer from 110 feet after the race, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that trailer dropping comes from the mind of a man named Marion Collins, who used to get his kicks out of doing that.
Yeah,
Mason Marin Raceway.
Yeah, I loved it. Someone on Facebook said, because of course someone posted video of it, and someone said, "Well, why'd they do that?" And someone replied, "Because they can."
Yeah, because you can. Why not?
It's good, clean fun.
How often can you see a trailer drop from 100 feet?
Mike, I probably told you this story. We closed Mason Marin Raceway after 30 years, and people, they'll come, they'll see you, walking the street or somewhere, and they'll say, "Hey, man, we used to go out there all the time," and they don't bring up the 10 Camping World Truck Series events we hosted. They don't bring up the fact that Bobby Allison and Bill Elliott and some of the legends raced out at Mason Marin. No, they talk about the trailer drop. Of all the things we did at Mason Marin, I hear more about the trailer drop than anything. So
the trailer drop and as I remember, trailer races.
Yes, which we will have at Kern County Raceway this year.
And if you haven't seen a trailer race, you've got to see one. I actually did a chain race once myself. Dick Shepard was my driver, and I was in the car with the chain, kind of the brake man out of Bakersfield Speedway. Some of the most fun I've ever had on a racetrack.
I was going to say between a trailer race and a chain race, probably the two most entertaining events you can put on at an oval track.
Oh yeah, chain races are quite fun. So sometimes it's not all about you. It's about entertainment, isn't it?
Absolutely, and we all enjoy racing. You and I enjoy racing, but everyone loves to see stuff get tore up. I don't care who you are. So this year we have RV races planned. We have the Mom Minivan Olympics, which will be some real carnage. We're going to have the trailer races. And October 7th, we have a full, we call it the Night of Destruction. So we'll blow up, tear up, all kinds of stuff that night. In addition to a full season of NASCAR racing.
Plus, you have a Nitro Circus coming in town. Which is,
yeah. Travis
pure
Pastrana.
Entertainment.
Oh, yeah. That's looking forward to that. A lot of buzz about that already. A lot of tickets have already been sold, and they've only been on sale for a couple weeks now. So, yeah, that's a big event coming in September.
So, yeah, your big race out there, and we got some slides here from the
it's Johnny B.
Yeah, Johnny B in the late model there. Johnny Bedingfield late models, and you got Cole Trickle here.
Cole Trickle Adamo, yeah.
Cole Trickle.
Yeah.
And we've got
Ryan Vargas. He's a regular down at Irwindale Speedway, and we had him and both Trevor Huddleston. There's Trevor right there, who ended up winning both main events, but he's last year's California State NASCAR champion, so they've got a great program. It was good to see those guys here.
You got Trevor winning. Johnny B finished second in the first race. Ryan Vargas, Brandon Weaver, and Cole Trickle Adamo there in fifth, whose father used to race and win.
Yeah, it's great to see Frank races, and haven't seen those guys in so long. But Brandon, good shout out to him. Brand new car to that team, just like within a week, and came out and he had a great run.
So good run for him. And then we've got the second feature.
Right, yeah.
Looks a lot the same. Trevor, Johnny Bedingfield again, Cole Adamo up to third, which I expect Cole to be running in that area, top three. Brandon, and then a great name, Joel Courage.
Right, and Joel he's from up in the Modesto area. He came down. He's going to take that car to Bristol for the National Short Track Championships in May, so he wanted to come and run it on a fast half mile at Kern, and so that was cool that he came down and did that with us.
Yeah, and we've got to give a shout out to Johnny Bedingfield, moved up from Super Stocks and former dirt track racer.
Great run.
So great run for him. A couple of second place finishes there.
That's awesome.
In the late models, but in the Super Stocks, just a big field of cars. I think he had 18 cars for the Super Stocks.
It was a great first race, and an absolute. You talk about entertaining for a race on the half mile. It was about as good as you could get.
I think we have some slides here too, Chris, of the Super Stocks. Oh, hold it, Chris Dalton. He's upside down in this one.
I'll tell you what, Chris worked hard getting that car to the track this last weekend, and a brand new car for him. So
I'm not sure what he's doing there,
right?
But it obviously took some gymnastic maneuvers to get in that position. He's obviously working on something underneath.
He may have been taking a nap because you could see it in his eyes. He needed some sleep. So I'm assuming about 3 days of sleepless nights to get that car ready.
Father and son side by side here in the racetrack.
The fives, I mean, good gosh, as long as I've known there's been racing in Bakersfield, there's been a five racing, and it's good to see Gene out there and his whole family still. Gene had a good run, was running up front and got into it with with one of the other guys and had to go to the back and came back to the front. It was good.
Holder
did a great job.
Roger's got a lot of toys.
Yes,
Roger
he does.
likes to race, and he likes to race a variety. Dirt, drag strips, pavement now. Roger likes to race, and he's got the toys to do it.
Oh, you got to love Roger and all those toys he has. And he was in position to win his first race, but Perrin Kustra took it away the last lap of the main event. It was a great, like I said, it was a great race.
Good for Perrin, the milkman Kustra there at the win, and Roger Holder second. Rich DeLong, a solid run for him. Greg Puskars, that's a pretty good run for Greg and Craig Rayburn. But how was the races general? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, early on, it was Rayburn and Gene were up front, and they were battling hard. And it was one of those deals where they got into 3 and 4 together. And I don't know if it was arrow or whatever it was, but they got together, then both spun. So that changed the whole complexion of the race. Roger Holder got out he was in position to win with 5 to go. And then next thing you know, Perrin made a run on him. There was a late caution, and then Perrin's, kind of wrestled away from him in the last lap. It was really a good race.
Well, that's a good deal, and it's good to see that division get up to that 18 car count. That's a full field on a half mile anymore. In this day and age, you get 18 cars, and really
really competitive too.
And that's what you want. Maybe you can even grow that and get a few more.
Yeah, I think so. They're out there. They're coming. It's one of those things the cars are fairly inexpensive. And
as far as race cars go,
a lot of them are old Mason Marin late models and modified stocks that have been maybe put in storage, and they're bringing them out and they're making them competitive. So it's great.
That's a good deal there. Yep. And you had the spec mods come out, and the cars always look good first race of the season. You got to love the wraps on the cars. Everybody's different ideas of what looks good. Mr. Jim Coffey there in the 8 car.
Yeah, Team Coffey 1 and 2. Tanner Wattenbarger led early on. He and Mike Mason got together. They were running first and second about 3/4 of the way through the race. So Tanner had to pit, repair some damage, and he came back up and almost won this thing. So a shout out for him because it was a never die situation. He just didn't let down, and he got right up there. But kudos to the Coffey brothers. They had everyone covered there at the end, but it was one heck of a race.
Yeah, so a good deal there as Michael Lee comes in 4th and Chris Jocelyn 5th. So spec mods out. And then you had the legends racing. Lewis Tyrrell with the win. Colton Page, who was a strong contender last year. Eddie Garoni's always up there. Josh Ayers and Chad Actis. Those 3 guys, Josh and Actis, buddies, they've been racing since the inception of the division.
Yeah, been there
as has Eddie, whose father raced at Mason Marin in late models.
Yep. And it was cool seeing Tyrrell here because he's kind of a hot shot from up in Northern California. So, and if you've ever seen him get interviewed after a win, it's kind of worth the price of admission.
Is it?
Yeah, he's an excitable kid. It was cool.
Well, good for him. And then you had the mini stocks, I believe, too. We got those results.
Yeah. Team Mello up front. How about that? Father and son.
Father, son, and the father comes out on top. Brady, and I believe Brady broke his thumb last year.
He did.
Late in the season or 3/4 of the way through the season.
Right.
Brock in 2nd, and Damien is 3rd. Damien's the track champion.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Won it in the last race last year.
Right.
Destiny Joplin up there running well. She was in the track championship fight last year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So good deal for a pretty good opening night. Now you kind of switch gears for this week where we've got pavement, dirt, and dirt.
That's right.
So we got the slide up here. You got the AMA Supermoto National, one of about half a dozen.
Right.
Racing such places as Sturgis is one of the races that go back there.
Right, yeah.
And nationwide, and they ran their first time here last year. Had a little weather problem last year.
Exactly.
Maybe we can blame it on the AMA Super Nationals for the Supermoto Nationals if weather comes in again on Saturday. But the track's been redesigned. Last year it was all within the half-mile oval and included a dirt area.
Right.
And this year, that's going to be what time's that race? Noon or 2 p.m.?
Yeah, in the afternoon, and it's going to be spectacular. The bikes are actually going to go climb up the banking in turn 1 and 2, go outside the track, so up over the wall, outside the track, then they'll come back through the tunnel at excessive amount of speeds. I would expect them to just launch as they come out of the tunnel back into the infield of the track.
So they'll come up that ramp into the infield, and when they hit that infield, do they have to go straight, left, or right?
A little bit of both.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, so it's going to be for anyone that enjoys any sort of motorcycle competition. It's going to be so cool because Supermoto, of course, it combines both pavement and dirt with jumps, all in the same bike on the same course. So, and these are the best guys in the nation. And then we transition that evening into the 410 sprint cars with the King of the West NARC series, and haven't had wing sprint cars on the 3rd mile out there at KCRP yet, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and 410 wing sprint cars are fast beasts. Ton of downforce, so they just suck down on that racetrack, and they can flat out get around
There's nothing like them as far as motorsports. To me, there's nothing like them. I mean, Brent Katie and all the guys I'm working with are just been so good. I mean, they're so professional. They've been literally doing this for 40 years, and yeah, to me, it's the ultimate car on a dirt track. The 410 sprint cars are.
So you bring those out Saturday night. That's at 7 o'clock, or?
Yeah, 7 o'clock be the first race, and get there early because they're going to actually do hot laps, and of course they'll qualify. They'll run their heats. Then the top cars from the heats will run a dash to set the first 9 positions in the main event, and then it'll be a 35-lap main event later.
35-lap main event, and we also have American stocks with them, and I think the HDP Honda midgets.
Exactly right.
Honda
powered midgets, right.
Power midget, so a small midget type of car, open wheel car there.
Right.
So and the little American stocks to
it's all going to be good. It's going to be great.
Now this motorcycle, back to the Supermoto. Some interest. You have Josh Jackson out of Bakersfield, won the Pro Lights Championship last year. I imagine he's going to be back.
Yep.
Christian Payne, he just won some races over in Prim.
Right. Yeah, we have a lot of top
this weekend
contenders that are local guys.
I think Christian won the amateur division last year at Supermotos, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And they both won Christian races all around the place. So with this track, you're still using the dirt part of the track down there by turns 3 and 4 as well.
Exactly. Right. Yep.
And now the new dirt part outside.
Right.
You're a bike guy.
Right.
Have you ridden a bike around it?
No, Mike. It was interesting. Before May Spring closed, I was scheduled to do the last Supermoto race on one of Ricky Pierce's bikes, and at the time I was also racing Grand Prix and some motocross. So I was at the Porterville motocross track the weekend before I was supposed to race Supermoto. Broke my hand, so I never got a shot to do the Supermoto. And by the looks of this track, I really want any part of it this weekend. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty hairy. It's going to be pretty awesome. But
not even a putt around there.
Not even a putt. Well, maybe we'll see. We'll see.
You get on a Honda 50. Come on, those are fun.
Yeah, I might be able to pull that off. But we have so it's AMA National Supermoto on Saturday, and then 410 sprint cars Saturday night at the dirt track, and then Sunday we have the Golden Empire Supermoto Series coming back. So we have a lot of racing over the 2 days of the weekend.
Well, that'll keep you busy.
Heck yeah.
And then a week off, and then we'll come back and you put on a different hat a little bit too, because you got the SRL Southwest Spears SRL Southwest Tour.
Right. Yeah, we have on the 22nd of April, the Southwest Tour comes back, and we have the Super Stocks will return along with the Spec Mods, and so all the guys that we got to see at the Winter Showdown, most of those guys are coming back, and we're always looking forward to that. We've had a really good schedule to start the season. We've had the K&N Pro Series. Kind of started things off a week and a half ago. Then we had our opening night for the NASCAR Weekly Series this last week, and then of course this weekend's big, and then a week off for Easter, and then come right back with the Southwest Tour. So yeah, it's been a good start to the season.
Been a good spring.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take next week off too from the Power, and we'll come back the week after that, and we'll talk with you or Steve Hughes about what's going on, and get ready for the Southwest Tour race.
All right, Mike.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the Bakersfield Speedway segment in a moment.